I'm Stephanie and I'm the profiler trainer. And I wanted to make this video to inform you about some changes that are going to impact Profiler in our charting starting October 1st, 2020. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen where I have the recorded services screen up. This is a screen that everyone should be familiar with if you do any type of charting or progress notes, okay? So there is an additional box that we have placed on this screen to be effective for October 1st, and it's called Service Subtype New. The state is now requiring us for each service that we record to indicate a service subtype, and there's also an NA or not applicable option, okay? So let me open this drop down so you can check out what the new options are. This is going to be a required field on your services, so pretty much everyone is going to see it. Now, your first option is 096 NA. That means not applicable, okay? So even though this is a required field, if the service, there is nothing in the service subtype that goes along with the service that you're providing, you would always pick NA, okay? I'm looking at youth therapists and E&M services, psych evals, clinical assessments, any services that are not covered in the list below, you would choose NA. That makes it very simple, okay? So yes, you will have to pick something in the list, but for most programs, the majority of people are going to pick NA most of the time. Okay. So let's go over some of the options where you would not choose NA, okay? And we'll go alphabetical from the top down. And don't worry, I am also attaching a cheat sheet with definitions for each one of these service subtypes. So if you're ever not sure, you'll have something to reference, okay? So that's going to be attached along with the email that I'm sending this video out to you with. Okay. So my first choice is case management services for annual ISP meeting. Okay. If you're in any case management program, SA, SED, mental health, developmental disability, but not infant and toddler service coordination, okay? All my other case management programs. If it's your annual ISP meeting, that's the one that you're going to choose. There's another one also for your quarterly review. If you're doing your quarterly review for your individual, you're going to choose that one, okay? All the rest of your services, your regular phone calls and DAP notes, your face-to-faces with your clients, your individuals, you're going to pick NA, okay? So the state is only interested in flagging your annual meetings and your quarterly reviews. Everything else is going to be NA, okay? Even if you're putting travel time, documentation time, note to chart, all that's going to be NA. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. Fairly straightforward for case management. Okay. There's an option for crisis intervention. This is only for our crisis services. Okay. So I will share for emergency services staff. Okay. We had service subtypes prior, right? You have service subtypes prior to October 1st of 2020. This box is new for some of our staff, but not for emergency services. However, okay, we used to, for ES, choose crisis intervention every time we did a pre-screening, as long as it wasn't an ECO or a paperless ECO. That is different. That's the biggest change for emergency services beginning October 1st. If you bear with me and look down a little further, I know I'm skipping ahead, where it says ES pre-admission screening eval. If you are evaluating someone for a TDO or some type of involuntary commitment, okay, you will use this for your pre-screen, not crisis intervention. Okay, so you do have your own choice now. That is a pre-admission screening eval. That's brand new. Okay. All the other emergency services ones for my ES staff, those have remained the same. Independent examination, commitment hearing, all of those other choices are the same as last year or this previous year. Okay, so your biggest one is the difference between crisis intervention and the pre-screening. It's now split out into two. Some of these services we don't yet provide, okay? So crisis intervention day program, we do provide some crisis intervention mobile, okay? Mobile crisis, we do that on a basis on certain circumstances, okay? But we do not yet do crisis stabilization 23-hour, crisis stay day, or crisis stabilization mobile, okay? We have opted to keep those just in case we plan to do those in the future, so they're available to us. But please know that you do not have to choose those yet effective October 1st. We just wanted to have them available. And again, on the cheat sheet I'm providing you, I will indicate the ones that we are currently using and the ones that we're not using yet. Okay. Now, my next group I want to address is my peers. Hey peers, love the peers. Okay. The most flexible thing about the peers is that peers can provide services in pretty much any program across the Community Services Board that serves individuals 18 and up. Okay, so you have service subtypes now: peer housing support, peer support community-based services, and peer support employment. Okay, so no matter what program you are in, peers, okay, if you are providing someone with housing support, you're encouraging them or empowering them to look at their housing options, or in any way talking to someone about housing, okay, when you do your note, you would pick peer housing support. I'm going to skip community-based services for a second. Okay, I'm going to come back to it. Peer support employment. That is if you are helping someone with school, okay, or planning. Maybe someone is thinking about going back to school so that they can get a better job or prepare for their future. Okay, so if it's school related or employment related, maybe they're working out some vocational opportunities or talking to you about wanting to get a better job and how they might do that, or getting encouragement and support. That's peer support employment. For my peers, okay, everything that's not housing support and not employment support is basically going to be community-based services. And in this situation, the idea of community is very broad, okay? It could be at their job, it could be at their house, it could be even in the parking lot of the CSB or wherever, okay? You're still gonna pick peer support, community-based services for anything that's not peer housing support or peer support employment. And please, only if you're a peer should you be picking the ones that say peer, okay? That's pretty much it. If I haven't addressed you specifically in any way, shape, or form, you're not in crisis program, you are not a peer, you're not in emergency services, and you're not in case management, you would choose NA, okay? So that's fairly straightforward. And for my example here, I'm gonna just do pre-screen, because for crisis services, you're getting one more box, okay? And please keep in mind, only crisis services should see this additional box. Everybody else, it's going to be hidden from view, okay? See the next one below, problem leading to crisis services. Okay, when you click this drop down, it is extremely simple, okay? This is in what area is the individual having a problem that has led to their crisis, okay? So is it a DD crisis, mental health crisis, or substance crisis, okay? We know that people can have multiple diagnoses and have multiple issues coming up. This is just what issue area led them to be in crisis at this particular moment. And you just pick the one that fits the best, okay? So that's very straightforward. Is this a mental health crisis, substance crisis, or a developmental crisis that has caused them to seek or need crisis services? And that's it, okay? So those are the state changes that you're going to see when you do your progress notes beginning on October 1st of 2020. I hope this video has helped you. And again, I'm going to send a handout as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would much rather you ask a question than to choose something and you not know what you're looking at. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.